What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of TEW Confrontational. My name is Ty Workentine here with my little brother Evan
What up, what up?
Workentine, and back at you with episode number 36. We got a lot to talk about. Wrapping up week 6 of NFL, and then we'll look forward to week 7, and we'll talk a little bit of college football, and then we got MLB playoffs going on. NHL started a couple weeks ago. NBA starts in a couple weeks or next week or whatever.
Next week, I
we
believe.
got things going on UFC. We'll touch on a little bit of everything here. Last week for our NFL records, our picks and everything, week 6 I went 10-5. Decent week, but you had a better week going 11-4.
Pretty tight though. I mean, pretty similar.
Yeah, 100%.
Had a few different games.
100%. Yep, exactly. But yeah, so my overall record for this picks that were going on, mine's 57-36, and you're 60-33. So you got 3 games ahead on. You got 3 games on me and everything. But we'll see what week 7 brings. But we'll recap starting Thursday night here with the Broncos and the Chiefs. Not a great game, kind of boring. Travis Kelce was the only one really going in the first half for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, he had 126 receiving yards.
Yeah, 109 in like the first half. But then Chiefs end up beating the Broncos in Arrowhead, 19-8. Decent game. Russell Wilson still doesn't have it. Yeah, I don't think the Broncos are going to be good this year.
No.
So not a good game overall. But the Chiefs. Next week, let's see who the Chiefs play. The Chiefs are taking on.
They play the Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers. I knew they were playing somebody good.
I think that's in Kansas City.
Yeah, it's in Arrowhead again. So yeah, the Chargers and the Chiefs. That's going to be a fun one to look forward to next week. I'm excited for that one. And then the Broncos are playing the Packers. So.
Yeah, So we'll get into those games. Yeah, when we go over our week 7 slate.
Yeah, 100%.
But Chiefs moved to 5-1. The only loss is their first game of the year.
And then the Broncos moved to 1-5, so not a great start for them, and I don't think they're gonna have a good finish either.
Right.
Exciting game to look forward to next week, the Chiefs and Chargers. Moving on, Ravens at the I wasn't at the Tennessee Titans. It was in London. But it was a Titans home game. But Ravens came out on top, 24-16. They looked pretty good all around. Tennessee didn't really have much going. Ryan Tannehill got hurt, did something to his ankle or something, and then Malik Willis.
Malik Willis,
came in and subbed. It just did what a backup does usually.
Yeah.
And the Ravens take the victory in London on that one, 24-16. They moved to 4-2.
Yep.
And then the Titans moved to 2-4. So we'll see what they're looking like next week.
And then OBJ, I did see some highlights. I kind of watched him, but he had a few breakout runs, to be honest. And
he had a slant, like a 6-yard slant that broke out for like a 40-yard gain.
Still has that speed too.
Right.
He did get caught, but still kind of not back to his OBJ days, but that's a good sign that he's still explosive.
Right, and Lamar Jackson was running all over the place too. Had a couple of good throws, but he also has some erred throws that he probably wish he had back. So, but overall, good game from the Ravens
and
on the offense and the defense.
And I believe Zay Flowers had his first touchdown of his career. So that's pretty good. He's going to be a great receiver for them for I think a long time. He's explosive. He's small, but we've seen a lot of good receivers that are small,
and consistent too. He's good on fantasy too.
Kind of reminds me of like a Devontae Smith. Maybe not as good of a receiver catcher, but he's maybe a little more explosive, quicker.
We'll see. This is his first year. He's a rookie, so we'll see how he turns out. But so far, he's balling out with the Ravens and Lamar Jackson. And then you had not necessarily an upset, kind of an upset as far as the line was concerned, but you had Washington heading down to Atlanta and beating the Falcons. I was shocked at this game. Yeah, we both had the Falcons winning this one, and Commanders kind of upset the Falcons.
Because we kind of went Commanders didn't play very well against the Bears last week, and so we're like, okay, they're gonna slump out, and then we were also saying the Falcons were gonna bounce back, and because they dropped 2 in a row, so I thought they were gonna get a win under Arthur Smith. So no, obviously not. The Falcons are not looking good. That's 3 in a row. I believe, or is that?
No, I don't think it was
3
in a row. Yeah, they're 3-3 now. They called it 3-3, but I don't think it was 3 in a row.
Yeah, they must have had a win in between. Yeah.
Yeah, but because they won last week, I think.
Okay.
Yep, against the Texans and a last second field goal.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
who
yeah, yeah.
kicked that last
Yep.
second field goal. But yeah, anyway, yeah, Falcons lose to the Commanders. So Commanders moved to 3-3 and Falcons moved to 3-3. So kind of middle of the pack um, in their respective divisions, kind of. So yeah, moving to the Vikings in Chicago. Vikings get their second win of the year in the Windy City, beating the Bears 19-13. Um, yeah, decent game. I mean, it
Hmm.
wasn't a great game overall. Defense still looks kind of shitty. Not shitty, but we had some good moments. We also had some bad moments. Turnovers
Turnovers are still an issue.
are still an issue. So that's kind
I
of
don't even know what the total is, but they got to be nearing 15 on the
13.
year. Okay, yeah, 13. That's in 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean they're getting better though.
7 games.
Six games. Yeah, because
Six
we're going into
games.
week 7, but
But no,
that,
we had a fumble and an interception that game. So yeah, wasn't a great showing, but we got the W. That's all that matters.
yeah, and
So
it's a good win after you get the bad news of having
not having JJ.
Justin Jefferson and for the
Yeah,
next
Cam
4 to 6
Akers or
weeks.
not
So
Cam Akers. Well, Cam Akers played. He played pretty decent. Alexander Madison got the majority of the workload, but then Jordan Addison played pretty well. Same with KJ Osborne. They're stepping up in the 1 and 2 spot now that JJ is out. So we'll see how this goes next week goes. But we have the 49ers next week,
that'd be
so
a tough game.
it's going to be a tough game on Monday night.
Yeah, and
so we'll see how.
that's in Minnesota, right?
Yeah, it's in Minnesota at US Bank, but prime time, and we know how Kirk is on prime time, so we'll see how it
Yeah.
goes next week.
What's
But
his record prime time?
yeah,
Does he have any wins?
I don't even think I think he might have one or two, but
One.
yeah,
Yeah, maybe last year he got one.
yeah, but
Um,
kind of a
it's a good win though. Obviously, like now you're not going to be last in the division. So and it's a good win, 2 wins. Hopefully you can just increase, that win
keep the
percentage or
momentum
keep
going.
the momentum going
Yeah,
and
we
moving
held
forward.
Justin Fields to under 150, so that's good. I think he had like 50 or 60 yards on the ground though, but yeah, he's always gonna have that. Devontae Foreman looks good for the Bears as a backup running back with Khalil Herbert out and a couple of their running backs out. But yeah, Bears moved to 1-5, not looking good to start the season. Vikings aren't.
Yeah, but I mean, now we're actually getting kind of like almost to that midway point. Obviously 8 games, but we're almost there. So, and they have the second pick overall because they got it from Carolina for the DJ Moore trade.
Not the
Or
second pick overall.
first
That's just
pick.
their first round draft pick. So
And
it
but both
depends
teams,
on
yeah,
how
but
they
both
do.
teams are. But Carolina's last.
They're 0-6.
They're the worst in the NFL. So
Right.
that's a pick. That's number one pick, and then they'll get
As of right now,
yeah,
but they could get a couple wins.
yeah.
And not
But
get
it's looking very very bright. And if they get the first 2 picks in the NFL draft, that's huge for the team that's trying to rebuild.
right. Exactly. So yeah, that was a good win for the Vikings. They moved to 2-5. Bears fall to 1-5. So that puts Vikings second in the division, behind the Packers and the Lions. The Lions still looking great.
Third in the division. Yeah.
So, but yeah, Bengals in Seattle. Seattle heads to Cincinnati, and Cincinnati gets their second win in a row, beating the Seattle Seahawks. Close game, 17-13, but yeah, Cincinnati pulls it out and gets their second win in a row. So
Yeah,
they,
go ahead.
yeah, they could be on that hot streak that they always go on.
They're known
like,
for.
Yeah,
They start
starting
out
off-
slow
yeah,
and
exactly. So that's so good one for them. Yeah, Jamar Chase have a touchdown. I think Jamar Chase had a touchdown.
yeah.
Um,
And Seahawks are still we mentioned this, last podcast. Just they're not a team it's not an easy win. They're a good team. They're a strong
Yeah,
team.
100%.
And Geno Smith is a good quarterback.
Yeah, solid
So,
defense, but some of their key defensive players are missing. Yeah, Kenneth Walker's a good running back. He had a touchdown. At
he's a
least.
beast. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how they keep performing. They play the Cardinals next week, so it might be an easy win. Not, I wouldn't say easy, but it should be a W next week. So we'll see
Yeah.
where they're sitting at. But yeah, they moved to 3-2, and the Bengals moved to 3-3. So yeah, moving on. 49ers get upset in Cleveland by the Cleveland Browns on a last second field goal. That was kind of an exciting game, back and forth. But then yeah, coming out on top, you had the Cleveland Browns, and yeah, 49ers were fully healthy, and Browns were on their third string quarterback.
Yep.
They didn't start Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I forgot who they started.
Yeah, they said the name too. Oh man, not sure who it was, but yeah, huge win for the Browns. And now just going and looking at next week, we mentioned the Vikings play the 49ers. They have a lot on the injury report right now. Deebo Samuel He was listed as on the injury report. Christian McCaffrey, oblique injury. So maybe the Vikings can they put one on him again and two
Yeah,
losses, two straight losses, you know?
sneak
But
a
who
win
knows?
in there while they're kind of depleted with injuries. We'll see where they're sitting at. I don't know what the return,
I don't. Yeah, Christian McCaffrey's a tough dude, but oblique, that's a tough injury to.
especially when you're a running back getting hit
Yep,
constantly. So
yep.
we'll see what happens there. But then yeah, another exciting one. And the first quarter was exciting. The Panthers at the Dolphins, when the Panthers went up like 21-0 on the Dolphins and then didn't score the rest of the
Right.
game. And then Miami puts up 42. So
Yeah, they
yeah,
turned it up second half and just rolled them.
yeah, Miami ends up winning 42-21. Panthers moved to 0-6 and Dolphins moved to 5-1. So yeah, fun week. It was
Yeah,
a fun game there.
I think
Like
the Panthers. I don't know, going 0-6. I feel like they're a lot better team than actually 0-6. Like I mean, Adam Thielen's balling out this season.
Yeah.
He's on pace to have his best season ever. So I don't know what's not working for them. I know they're not. Obviously, they get blown out here, but they've had a few close games. But yeah, I think they're a better team than 0-6, but also they are 0-6. So that really speaks for them. But yeah, and then Dolphins losing Devon Achan.
Yeah, Jeff
Didn't
Wilson
really.
didn't get comeback
Yeah.
off at IR. He's still in that like 21-day period between IR and playing. But Raheem Mostert
Yeah, he's the yeah.
held the workload.
They didn't lose a lot. I mean, obviously they had a slow start to the first half, but obviously they kept their second half. They look like the Miami Dolphins that we've seen the entire year. So
Yeah.
they're still hot.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, they moved to 5-1, and they play. It's another good game, I believe, next week.
The Dolphins.
Dolphins and the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
So the kind of the the NFC AFC match against the 2-5-1 teams. So we'll see what happens there
Right.
next week. So that should be a fun one to pay close attention to next week.
Yeah,
as
and
well.
big news out of Philadelphia. They get a 7-time Pro Bowler in Julio Jones.
Yeah.
So that's another weapon
Is
that.
that acquisition today?
Yep. He signed a 1 year, so I'm not sure if it's like the remainder of the season or if he'll probably play a little bit next year and then they'll just extend it again.
Yeah,
Who
probably
knows?
it might just be for the
Remainder of the
this
year.
But yeah,
That's a huge weapon though.
yeah, 100%. So he's teaming up with AJ Brown again, like they
Well,
did
former
back
teammate,
back in
Tennessee.
Tennessee. So we'll see what that's a huge weapon to add, especially yeah, you're 5-1
With the
You're
offense,
ahead of steam,
the weapons
yeah.
they already have,
and their
they're
defense is tough as nails.
one of the
Yeah,
best in the game.
Exactly. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun to watch next week against two track meet teams, like track star teams, and the Eagles and the Dolphins. But yeah, we'll get it. We'll get into that here in a little bit. Let's move to the Indianapolis Colts at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Pretty high scoring game for these two teams, 37-20. Jacksonville takes the W, and we both had Jacksonville winning this game. But yeah, having Gardner Minshew didn't play terrible.
He didn't play. He had a few interceptions.
Yeah, didn't yeah, but yeah, Jaguars defense and offense seem like they're clicking again, like they did the first week. Then they kind of slowed down. Now it seems like they're clicking the last couple games.
Yep.
And especially coming back from London, at home, getting that dub, that must feel good for the Jaguars.
And they moved to what?
4-2.
4-2. Yeah.
Colts moved to 3-3. Jacksonville moves to 4-2. So
Yeah, and just hearing some news out of Indianapolis, Anthony Richardson's supposed to in the next week or so or coming days, supposed to have surgery on his shoulder.
yeah, he's probably
So-
likely out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, which is terrible. I mean, he needs experience because he didn't play much in college.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, wouldn't want to rush him back after this and have it injured even more.
No, right.
Especially if you're gonna build your team around him.
And Gardner Minshew, he's a great backup. He's been a starter before, so they just need to keep it going. Obviously, take a loss. They're still 500. They just got to keep the train moving if they want to make the playoffs.
Yeah, no, I think that. Yeah, I think you said Colts make the playoffs. Yeah, they probably won't make the
No.
playoffs. Jonathan Taylor's not getting many touches. Zach Moss is still running the ball well, and yeah, so Jonathan Taylor might not have a job next year, but we'll see what he does. He did have like a 42-yard catch. Catch and run in like the second quarter, which padded his stats, but they end up losing to Jacksonville 37-20. Yeah, so moving on here, we got the Saints and the Texans. This one was kind of a close one. I chose the Saints. Evan had the Texans. and the Texans ended up winning 20-13. Texans look like a solid team. C.J. Stroud throws his first career interception.
191 attempts,
Yeah,
93.
193 attempts, most in NFL history without throwing an interception.
That's got to feel pretty
and
good.
it was his rookie year, so yeah, that's pretty impressive. But he threw his first interception kind of like in the first quarter, I think, but didn't slow down. Came back and threw 2 touchdowns that game. So
Yeah, and that's kind of like a weight lifted off his shoulder because, having all that pressure. Oh, I can't throw an interception. Now he has thrown an interception, so maybe he's not just settling in and can continue to play well.
Yeah, no, yeah, 100%. Nico Collins is looking like a baller in Houston, and same with Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz has had 3 touchdowns in the last 3 games. It might be the last 4 games he's had a touchdown.
He's a great tight end.
So if he's still on your waivers, I know he's on our waivers here, so we can pick him up. But it might be a good snag for a tight end option. But yeah, on the other hand, Saints, I don't know. It might have been the Texans are a good team, it looks like, but yeah, Saints fall to 3-3 with that loss. Derek Carr didn't look too impressive. Not a whole lot of impressive plays from the Saints. I think Will Lutz had like 3. Yeah, I think he had like kicked 3 field goals.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. But the New Orleans Saints are like a middle of the pack, team. So
Right.
3-3 really shows for them. Like it kind of proves, yeah, they are a middle of the pack team.
Right.
But yeah,
so yeah, Texas moved to 3-3 and Saints moved to 3-3. So we'll see what they look like next week. And see. Yeah, let's see.
who you looking at who the Saints play?
Yeah.
The Saints play. They might
Saints?
have a bye.
No.
They play the Jaguars.
Saints play the Jaguars. The Texans
That's on.
have a bye.
Yep,
Yeah.
Saints Jaguars Thursday night.
Yeah, that's Thursday night's game. Yep, 100%. Yeah, I didn't look up high enough. So we'll see how the Saints perform. They have a short week. 3-3 taking on the 4-2 Chargers next week. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, any more to add on that
Nope.
Texans Saints game?
Nope. Texans they look pretty good and got a good quarterback on their hands. And then also, yeah, Saints middle of the pack team, and they're showing like they're looking like that. So
Yeah.
nothing else about that game.
Yeah, another not necessarily the middle of the pack, more of like the bottom of the totem pole kind of team. The New England Patriots head to the Las Vegas and take on the Raiders. Raiders end up winning this one 21-17. Patriots fall to 1-5, and yeah.
Yeah, Patriots do not look good at all. I think it's time. They did add that he was on the practice squad, that quarterback that played pretty well in the preseason. I can't remember his name.
Zappy?
Nope, not Bailey
Not
Zappi.
Bailey Zappi.
Nope. I think he came from the XFL maybe. I'm not sure, but they brought him to the active roster. So Mac Jones might be losing his job. I don't
Benched. Yeah, possibly. But Zeke had a touchdown in that game, so that was kind of cool to see him score.
Yeah.
He hasn't scored all year, so that was kind of cool to see him score. But yeah, Raiders end up taking this one. Yeah, Raiders look pretty decent even under Jimmy Garoppolo. People forget that he led San Francisco to the Super Bowl. So
know. And multiple NFC championships,
playoff winning quarterback
Yeah.
for sure. So yeah, Jimmy G looking good over in Vegas. Did Devontae Adams play this game?
I believe so. I didn't watch this game.
Yeah, I didn't watch this. Didn't pay close attention to this game either. But I'm not sure if he played or not.
Yeah, I think he did.
He didn't. Yeah, if he did, he didn't have much. I don't think.
He did. No, he did play. Because I remember seeing a play. He got lit up.
Yeah, did he get taken? He might have got taken out.
He got lit up. Yeah, I'll pull that up here. I just want to see
I know
what
something happened with. I thought
he got
something
decked.
happened with
Yeah.
him.
Let's see here. I'm just gonna pull it up quick. You can go to the next game. I'll just pull it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Devontae Adams he had 5 targets for 2 receptions, 29 yards. And we did mention last podcast, episode 35, right? That he only had 4 targets prior.
Right.
So what is Jimmy Garoppolo doing? Maybe I don't know if he exited the game with an injury, but why is he only getting 5 targets? He's the best receiver.
I thought I heard some news that he did. I think he did exit the game. I can't remember though. Yeah, I didn't pay close
But still,
attention
yeah,
to this
he needs more
game at all.
targets no matter what.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, moving on here. Arizona Cardinals head to LA, take on the Rams. Rams pull this one out 26-9. Cardinals without James Conner, not looking great. They fall to 1-5, and Rams move to 3-3. Rams look pretty solid, especially with Cooper Kupp back. Puka Nacua still balling out.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard. I mean, yeah, you still have Marquise Brown, but you don't have James Conner. And he's one of the biggest. He is the best player.
Yeah, and Zach Ertz and everything, they still have him and they have Rondell Moore. They have some decent targets, but yeah, not a good system.
Yeah, just it's tough with Dobbs. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and then like going back to like the ratings, remember they released those ratings like midsummer of like all like the profiles and everything, and
Yeah.
Arizona was like at the bottom of it. They had like F's and everything and stuff
Yeah,
like
you're
that.
talking about like their like like
Facility grading, yeah, and
facility,
all that
medical
stuff.
staff,
Right.
yeah, training facilities,
Right.
yeah. But we kind of
So maybe
always knew.
that can play. Maybe that
Well,
plays
it definitely does, I think, for every
to the
team.
1-5 record. Yeah.
But also, you're missing your starting quarterback.
Right.
Yeah, your James Conner's out for 4 weeks now. But they kind of, I'm guessing they expected it. Like even the beginning of the season, that was a team like, oh, they're gonna tank because they want to. I don't know who it's Caleb Williams or whoever it's going to be. But who knows? Yeah, everybody kind of knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, and then but they have been putting up fights with a lot of teams.
Yeah, because
but this team, against the Rams, it didn't look like
because
much
all
of
the players want to, they want to play. They want to they want to get contract extensions. They want to go maybe to a winning team. They still want to play good. They're not gonna not play like dog shit and then ruin their career.
Right. But are the Rams that good where they're not holding them to any touchdowns and only putting up?
Rams are pretty good.
Yeah, they are. They are. I'm not saying that, but yeah. Moving on, another upset. This one was shocking. New York Jets upset the Philadelphia Eagles. 20-14. Wasn't poor performance from the Eagles. What's your take on this game?
I think it's awesome. This is huge for the Jets. I wouldn't have said this prior but I did see Aaron Rodgers, no crutches, anything like that.
Throwing the ball.
He's throwing the ball using his ankles and his legs to power, put some power behind it.
Yeah.
Sitting at 3-3, going into their bye week because they do have a bye week next week.
Yep.
And the way Rodgers is looking, I would say, I think he may come back. If they're sitting at a pretty good, record. I'd say maybe week 9 or 10 is a possibility. That's about 4 months, 5 months, and that's who's the running back for the Vikings?
Dalvin Cook?
Nope.
Alexander Madison?
Nope.
Cam Akers?
Cam Akers came back in 5 months.
Yeah.
So you're sitting and Rodgers is looking really good. So I wouldn't be shocked if the Jets, obviously he's not going to come back if they're 3-5 or 3-6, maybe.
Yeah.
But if they're sitting vice versa, or if they're 5-5 in week 10, going into week 11.
But this bye week gives them another week to recover and not have to worry about any
loss.
Yeah, not have to worry about any losses. So
it's pretty crazy. This is remarkable that he's already thrown 34 days after his surgery. So
yeah, it's crazy how fast he is.
But he is superhuman.
Recovering, and he's going on the Pat McAfee show talking about his recovery and everything. Talking about how like he mind over matter, or whatever, spirituality, all that stuff. The power of manifestation, all that good stuff.
And the amount of PT he's putting into all this because he's that type of guy to put in a lot of work to get back on the field, especially when they made all this buzz around him going to the New York Jets.
Yeah, so him and J.K. Dobbins, like a couple days apart, got their Achilles, same procedure and everything by the same doctor. So it'll be interesting to see how their recovery paths kind of are similar or different, how long it takes each of them to
but also
heal.
May take a little bit longer. This is Rodgers' first time tearing his ACL.
Andy's 40.
It's J.K. Dobbins' second time tearing his ACL. So
not ACL, Achilles.
Or Achilles, yeah, excuse me.
But he never tore his Achilles. I think he tore his ACL.
Oh, okay. So he's been through an injury.
This is his first ACL.
A significant injury,
right? Though. Yeah. So
he is younger though.
Yeah. So we'll see how the Jets are looking. They're sitting at 3-3. Eagles at 5-1. I don't know if this was really. Yeah, it sucks that they got a loss. Now there's no undefeated teams left in the NFL.
I love it. I like it that there's no undefeated teams, and like you said, it's kind of big games for, I don't know, like they have to play. Who do the?
They play the Dolphins.
We just said that Dolphins, so that could be another loss, just like the 49ers. The Vikings could be the 49ers, injuries, and then
So I don't know if that loss really meant a whole lot. I think that Eagles are still the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to come out, put up 45 points.
45. That'd be pretty
against
crazy.
the Dolphins. Like it should be a shootout.
Do you think so?
We'll see how they play next week. But so Eagles take their first loss.
Should be some good ass games next week or this weekend.
Yeah, no, I'm pumped for this weekend as well. Then we had the Lions heading to Tampa Bay. to play the Buccaneers. Tampa didn't get any points on the board, or touchdowns on the board, I should say. And Detroit kind of ran this one. Detroit moves to 5-1, lead the NFC North, and they look pretty damn good offense and defensive wise. Tampa couldn't get anything going, and yeah, lose 20-6.
Mm-hmm. And
To the
I
Lions.
had the Buccaneers winning that. That was my biggest upset.
Yep.
But yeah, Lions, their defense is good. And they look like the real deal.
Yeah, 100%. Kind of made the Tampa Bay Bucks. They were 3-1 headed into this game. Kind of really proved, hey, yeah, you're
Coming off a bye week too.
yeah, 3-1. Not necessarily a fluke 3-1, but maybe there's a lot better 3-1, 4-1 teams out
Yeah.
there than the
But
Buccaneers.
still going
So,
3-2, not a bad record.
yeah, heading into week 7, not bad at all.
Yeah.
Especially with the new quarterback, new system, and all that stuff.
Right,
down
and the Bucks play the Falcons next week, so
Yep.
that could be a win. Get back to 3-3.
Yeah, or 4-2. So
4-2, yeah, excuse me, yeah.
But we'll see what happens. Yeah, next week, and then we had the Giants heading to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Kind of on Sunday night, kind of a boring primetime game. Buffalo ends up winning 14-9, but not a whole lot going on in this game.
No,
Didn't
yeah,
even-
it's actually not a good sign for the Buffalo Bills at all. Only putting up 14 against the Giants when other teams have, rolled them. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I guess. I mean, it's a kind of a
Saquon,
weird
yes.
game, but
Yeah, Saquon was back. Wan'Dale Robinson played pretty decent. Yeah, even though they didn't put up any points besides field goals, still, yeah, Buffalo looked good on defense. Yeah, it just was a boring game, kind of just a defensive battle in a way. But yeah, 14-9, Buffalo takes the dub, moves to 4-2. Yeah, Giants moved to 1-5, so not looking good for the Giants this year. But,
no.
yeah, another exciting game on Monday night. Last night, the Cowboys heading to LA, take on the Chargers. Yeah, exciting game. What do you think about this one?
I thought it was awesome. I was iffy betting on or just picking the Cowboys just because of their performance the week prior, but I don't know. Their defense is good, man. I like Micah Parsons is a beast. He
he's
won
a
in that
game
game. He just getting after the quarterback, especially at the end of the game when it was the most important part of our time of the game. It's a big win for the Cowboys.
Yeah, it was a huge one for the Cowboys, but I honestly thought, Chargers, a lot of aired throws by Justin Herbert. Wasn't a good game for. They missed 3 touchdowns to Keenan Allen just by overthrowing the
for
ball.
sure.
So I mean, I think the Chargers should have won this game. They even had that muffed punt, that where the guy blocked the defender into the returner. Then they touched it first and they got on it. We're in great field position. Couldn't even score on that possession. Got stopped on fourth down and goal a couple times. Got stopped in the red zone, 4th down a couple times.
Yeah. So you're saying there's the Chargers kind of shot themselves in the foot by
100%.
Herbert
Look at how
missing
many
throws.
opportunities they had to win this game, and they literally the game was put in their lap and they pissed it down their leg. So I didn't think it was a good performance from the Cowboys necessarily either. Tony Pollard had a couple big plays, catch and spin for a 60-yard play, but
Brandon Cooks played phenomenal.
Brandon Cooks was the one I was just gonna mention. He played really well. A lot of big clutch plays from Brandon Cooks, sealing the game in the 4th quarter, getting that 1st down, and then he had a touchdown. Yeah, it was a big game from Brandon Cooks, and that was his biggest performance of the year
in a while, to be honest.
Yeah. This year, last year, he was with Houston and he had 1,000 yards. So I mean, he played well all year last year.
Yeah.
But then when he got traded to the Cowboys, it was his first big performance,
breakout
for Dallas.
game.
But that was the last game of the week. Monday Night Football, the Cowboys beat the Chargers 20-17. Just going over the records again. I finished 10-5 that week. Evan finished 11-4. Puts my overall record at 57-36, and Evan's sitting at 60-33. So, like I said, 3 games back from behind Evan. So let's see if I can make it up this week. Starting with the Jacksonville Jaguars heading down to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Like we said, Jacksonville at 4-2, New Orleans Saints at 3-3. Who do you got in this one?
Yeah, and the spread. Don't forget to mention that. The spread is to the Saints One.
Saints. Yep.
Yep.
Saints by one. Saints 1 point spread.
Kind of a weird. I don't know why. Maybe because
Yeah.
they're are they at
At
just because they're at
home
home.
could be home.
Um,
Could be home field
but the
advantage.
Jags, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I think they'll. I'm gonna take the Jags on this one, just the way they've been playing. And like I said, 3-3. The Saints are 3-3.
Yep.
And like I said, the middle of the pack team. Honestly, on the low end of the middle pack. So yeah, I'm going Jaguars here.
Yeah, I'm going with the Jags as well. Saints losing to the Texans. I think the Jaguars are a lot better than the Texans. Even though did the Texans beat the Jaguars? No, they beat a team the last couple of weeks that we were shocked about. But yeah, I still have the Jaguars in this one, heading down to New Orleans and beating the Saints. So I have the Jags as well. And then noon o'clock games on Sunday. I don't think there's an over the seas one
Nope.
until Germany in like
And
a
then do
week
they
or
play in
two.
Mexico too at all?
Yeah, yep, they're playing Mexico as well. But yeah, I think the next one's back to back weeks in Germany and Munich or at the Munich Stadium or whatever. So, but yeah, Bears, Chicago, Las Vegas Raiders heading to the Windy City of Chicago, taking on the Bears. Las Vegas has a 3 point spread in this one. Raiders are 3-3. Bears are 1-5. Who do you got in this one?
I'm gonna go Raiders. You know, I don't know. Like Raiders aren't great, but the Bears
Yeah.
aren't good.
Right.
I mean, obviously they had the past few weeks. The Bears played pretty well. But nah, I'm gonna go Raiders here. Hopefully, like I mentioned before, Jimmy Garoppolo gets it to Devontae Adams. If you do that, Devontae Adams is one of those key players where he's gonna make big plays whenever, wherever. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Las Vegas
I
Raiders.
think they got to get Josh Jacobs more involved
Yep.
in the offense and everything
Especially
like
after
that.
signing his deal, he's kind of been quiet.
Yeah, been very, very quiet this year. But I'm actually going to go the opposite of that. I think in Chicago with with Justin Fields. Is Justin Fields hurt though?
No, I don't believe so. No, I don't think so.
I thought maybe he's got a little banged up against the Vikings, but I'm still going to take the Chicago Bears in Chicago to beat the Raiders. I don't think the Raiders are that good. Max Crosby is a beast.
That's probably my biggest thing is, Bears don't have a great offensive line. And I think Max Crosby's going to get. I saw it 2 weeks ago against the Green Bay Packers. Him getting after the quarterback and terrorizing Jordan Love. I think he's going to do the same thing here. Whether it's Fields or their backup, he's still going to get after the quarterback.
Yeah, but I saw the Bears in this one. But we'll jot you down for the Raiders, and we'll see what happens. See what happens on noon o'clock on Sunday morning. But then, yeah, Cleveland Browns with that big win last week over the 49ers head to Indianapolis to take on the 3-3 Colts. So 3-2 Browns heading to Indianapolis, take the 3-3 Colts. Cleveland has a 2 point spread in this one. Who do you got?
I got the Cleveland Browns. Great performance last week, and then I think they're on the uphill. I think because prior to the season starting, everybody thought they were going to be really good. Pretty good defense.
And they're
Deshaun
on their
Watson's full
backup
year.
quarterback.
I know, but I think he'll probably, hopefully, try to make it back because this is the second game he's sat out just on his own.
And he's been cleared by doctors. Yeah, so
So hopefully, maybe he gets back. But I do think like they're on the way up. Especially when Deshaun Watson gets into the game. But Colts are on the way down. That news with Anthony Richardson, Gardner Minshew, not playing bad, but not playing well at all. So I'm gonna go Browns here.
yeah, I'm gonna go with the Browns as well. Mainly just the defense of the Cleveland Browns. They got some dogs on the defensive side with Myles Garrett and everybody like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Cleveland Browns in this one as well to beat the Colts in Indianapolis. So
And there you go.
then we have the Buffalo Bills heading to New England to take on the Patriots. 4-2 Bills, 1-5 Patriots. Buffalo has an 8.5 point spread. Who do you got in that one?
Oh, of course, I got Buffalo, man. Just the whole thing with Mac Jones, and then having even the bigger sign is them bringing a practice squad quarterback onto the active roster, and they're not good at all.
Yeah, I think Patriots.
And this is Bill Belichick. This is Bill Belichick's worst year by far, starting out 1-5. So yeah, I'm gonna go Bills, and I'm gonna take that spread. They're gonna beat them by more than 8.5, and I think it shifted because I just look it's at 9 now. So yeah, they're gonna beat them by more than 2 scores or a field goal and a touchdown.
Yep, I'm gonna. I have the Bills as well. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Bills as well. I think the Patriots are just falling apart. The organization's not looking hot. This might be Bill Belichick's last year. So yeah, I just think yeah, Patriots are gonna yeah, they might come. They didn't even play that good last week. So
No,
yeah, I'm
no.
taking the Bills in this one to head to New England and beat the Patriots. So I have 3 road victories on my picks already. So we'll
Yep,
see.
and I got four. I have
You
Jags
have all 4.
beating the Saints in New Orleans, Bills,
Yeah, no Raiders.
yeah,
Yeah,
Raiders, yep, in Chicago,
yeah. So
and
all
then
away
Browns
games.
and
So
Indianapolis.
yeah, we'll see if home field advantage might hopefully take
That
effect
might
in
sway that, yeah.
some of those picks. But yeah, then we have the Washington Commanders heading to the New York Giants. This one's yeah not gonna be a fun game to watch. Washington has a 2-point spread. Who do you got in this one?
Yeah, just because Daniel Jones didn't play last week, their backup did, and you know who it is. Oh man, he used to be a backup for Chargers. He's the one that got his lung punctured.
Tyrod Taylor.
Yep. So he played for the Giants last
Yep.
week.
I can't remember who.
So I'm not
Which one.
sure. I haven't really heard an update on Daniel Jones and whether he's going to return. I know he has a neck injury. I think it's a neck sprain, I believe. So I don't think he plays. Just the way they're 1-5.
Right, but Tyrod came in and played decent.
Yeah.
Not bad. Weren't able to put up any points,
But I
but
think, yeah, just with Commanders, Sam Howell's been playing, the entire season. He's not a backup quarterback.
no.
He's got few more weapons than Robinson and, Scary Terry. So Terry McLaurin. So I'm gonna go Commanders here, and that's my fifth road team to win. So we'll see, man.
Yeah, a lot of road games, a lot of road teams you have picked winning. I'm actually gonna go with the home team in this one.
I think it's the biggest factor here. It's not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be Tyrod Taylor's arm. I think it's gonna be how Saquon Barkley can get behind the line and run the football. I think that's what he's gonna have to do. He's their most explosive player. And then you have to have the defense step up.
Yeah, and Tyrod Taylor
Because
can.
Sam Howell does have an arm. He does sling it pretty good. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Tyrod Taylor too. That can do the running and throwing. So, I think yeah, Giants in this one. I have the Giants winning at home in this one.
yeah.
So yeah, then we have the Atlanta Falcons heading to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. 3-3 Falcons, 3-2 Buccaneers. Coming off a bye week, who do you have in this one? Tampa Bay has a 2.5-point spread.
Yep. So I'm gonna go Bucks. With that bad loss, no touchdowns scored last week. Yeah, I'm going Buccaneers. Falcons, not playing great football. Not what we thought they'd be, starting out 2-0. And I think that Baker kind of revenge game after losing. I'm gonna go Buccaneers, and that's my first home team taking the win.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go Buccaneers here. I think that yeah, Buccaneers coming off the bye, have Mike Evans back and everything like that. No, they had bye week 5.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, you're still
Yeah, Mike Evans didn't actually play well last week.
No.
But I think that yeah,
yeah, because they played last. Yeah, they
Yep.
lost to the Lions.
Yep,
They didn't put up any touchdowns. They put up 2 field goals.
yep. And so I have the Buccaneers in this one at home against the Falcons. Falcons haven't been playing well. Can't really get anything going.
And I don't know why they're not putting in
Offensive-wise.
what's his name. They keep Desmond Ritter, and I don't know why they put their Taylor Heineke in.
Right.
I don't get it. After you drop three out of the 4 games, you start out 2-0 and you're dropped 3 out of the 4 games. I don't get it, but
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. But I have Tampa Bay at home in that one against the Falcons. So we'll see what goes on there. Then we have Detroit Lions heading to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. This one should be a good one. 5-1 Lions versus the 4-2 Ravens. Baltimore has a 3-point spread at home though, so we'll see what happens there. But who do you got in this one?
it's a tough one. I think it's gonna be a great game. I think the Ravens are good. Lamar Jackson's just got to pick it up. He's got to do more stuff with his arm and his feet. But then yeah, your receivers. Hopefully Odell Beckham can get. He played pretty well last week. I don't know. It's a tough one.
Mark Andrews played well last
Yep.
week as well. So
This is a tough one. Just seeing Dan Campbell, he's a hell of a leader. They're 5-1. This is a tough one. I'm gonna have to go. It's in Baltimore. I'm gonna go Ravens.
go Ravens in that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens. They're at home. It's gonna be a tough game, but yeah, I think they're gonna take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the road team on this. I'm gonna go Detroit, just the way they've been playing. Great on defense, great on offense.
Special teams.
Special teams. Jared Goff's been playing well too. I think he's one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the league.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, Jamison Williams came back from suspension 2 weeks ago, but he had didn't have a great
Yep.
performance first week, but balled out this second week, had a touchdown. Um, and then yeah, so we'll see what happens. I'm taking the Lions here in this
Yeah, I
one.
think
I
this is
think
going to
they
be
should be a
there's a
close
lot of
game.
good games. You know, we
Yeah,
talked about Chargers, Chiefs, Dolphins, Eagles, 49ers, Vikings with 49ers having a few key players out. This is going to be up there too. This is going to be a great game.
yeah. I had the
I
Lions.
hope.
I had the Lions heading to Baltimore though to beat
Yep.
the Ravens. Ravens are the 3 point spread though, so we'll see what happens with your pick at home. So hopefully home field advantage plays a good factor in that one. Baltimore's a tough place to play in too.
Mm-hmm.
So then we had the Pittsburgh Steelers heading to LA to take on the Rams. Rams have a 3 point spread in this one against the Steelers. Steelers are coming off a bye week. So who do you got in this one?
Oh man, the Rams are good. Well, they're decent. I think they're actually better than their record. They're 3-3, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're better than their record. With Cooper Kupp, but the Steelers are good too. I mean, before they going into that bye, they had a huge win. So, oh man,
Yeah, I can pick my pick first
yeah,
if
go
you
ahead.
want. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Matt Stafford and the Rams and Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua and Kyron Williams. I'm gonna go with the LA Rams at home, beating the Steelers in this one.
Yeah, I think just thinking about that, um, big weapons in Nakua and Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford, and they're at home, and I can't really. The Steelers are gonna have. I think they're gonna be good in the near future. I think it's just their offensive coordinator Matt Canada. Can't really trust him, and the offense needs to play well because their defense is going to play well no matter what. But you're also going against a good Rams offense, so I'm going to go Rams.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And then we have the Arizona Cardinals, 1-5 Cardinals heading to Seattle to take on the 3-2 Seahawks. Seattle actually has an 8 point spread, one of the biggest ones of the weekend. Yeah, who do you have in this one? Cardinals or Seahawks?
I'm going to go Seahawks. Geno Smith, got to bounce back after loss last week. Yeah, get Geno Smith in there. Yeah, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, get back to slinging the rocks. So yeah, I'm gonna go Seahawks.
Yeah, 100%. I got Seahawks as well. Cardinals, without James Conner, everything like that. We already talked about their performance and everything. So yeah, I have
And you
Seattle.
said that where is that at?
It's in Seattle.
Seattle. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
in Seattle. So I have Seahawks winning this one in Seattle there. So
Perfect.
yeah. So then on to your game there. The Packers 2-3 heading to Denver to take on the 1-5 Broncos. Green Bay has a 1 point spread in this one, and I'm assuming with the helmets and everything that we got here that you're gonna go with the old Green Bay Packers.
Yes, sir. I think a big thing is just the impact that Aaron Jones has on the Packers. Hasn't played in a while. Kind of resting up, healing that hamstring, and then coming off a bye week. Hopefully, just getting our team put back together because obviously right before the bye we played like absolute dog shit. Jordan Love played bad, 3 interceptions. Yeah, I'm gonna go Packers here. It's gonna be a tough game, but hopefully I don't think it's gonna be a tough game in this sense. But we're gonna make it. Hopefully we don't make it tough on ourselves. But turnovers, take care of the ball. Got to take care of the ball. Then you got to get Aaron Jones in the mix. And a huge addition. I'm not sure if he'll play this week, but we did pick up James Robinson.
Yeah.
He was a great running back for Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
Played for the Jets for a stint last year. He's 25 years old, young running back. I think he actually is younger than A.J. Dillon, or about the same age. So hopefully he can take a few touches away from A.J. Dillon, and he's explosive
elusive,
too.
Yeah, a little bit more elusive and speedy running back.
Yeah, so our
there.
running back room is we got a lot of depth. So
pretty stacked actually.
I guess we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna go Packers here.
Yeah, I think coming off that bye week for the Packers, getting a little rest, kind of getting their bearings straight against the 1-5 Broncos, who haven't been playing great. Even though Russell Wilson's stats don't look terrible, but like you always say, stats don't win games. But yeah, I think I had the Packers heading to Denver and beating the Denver Broncos in this one. So I'll take the Packers getting their third win.
Yeah, and it should be a decent game. I'm glad it's not a primetime game. Not so much spotlight on Jordan Love. Kind of take a little bit of pressure off his shoulders. That's a 3:25 game. And I think it's going to be awesome, Mile High City. So
Yeah, should be a fun atmosphere. Should be a good game to watch. I'm excited for that one. Should be a close game. I don't think it's gonna be very high scoring, but we'll see what happens. Then the game that I think I'm most excited for, not maybe second most excited for, but these last three games on this list are pretty nuts. You have the Chargers heading to Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs. So the 2-3 Chargers heading to Chiefs, 5-1 Chiefs. Casey has a 5.5 point spread. Who do you got in this one?
Yeah, just the way that Justin Herbert played. He's missing Keenan Allen quite a bit last game. Kind of off. Austin Eckler, he didn't play phenomenal, I didn't think. But then also the Chiefs, I think, just the way that they're starting to use Travis Kelce a little bit more each game. Yeah, like I said, 126 yards last game. You said he had 100 and something in the first half.
109, yeah, 9 catches in the first half.
Yeah,
So he's getting targeted heavy and often. And
and then I think one of my favorite running backs in the NFL is Isaiah Pacheco. The way he runs downhill harder and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Chiefs here.
Yeah,
in Kansas City.
Yeah, it should be a fun game. It always is. The baby blue jerseys and the red jerseys. Yeah, it's a fun game to watch. Yeah, and so, but I do have the Chiefs at home. It's always tough to win at Arrowhead. I think the Chiefs, especially if T Swift is going to be there, Chiefs are going to win this one, and I have them moving to 6-1. So, Chargers should be a good game, like I said. Hopefully, it's high scoring. The over under on that one's 48. I think it will be above that 48 for sure. But
yeah, it's gonna be a good game.
Both good defenses too. The Chiefs defense is looking a lot better with Chris Jones back and everything like that. So, but yeah, we'll see how that one plays out. But I had the Chiefs in this one, and you also had the Chiefs. So we'll see how that pans out. Then we have the Miami Dolphins on Sunday Night Football heading to Philadelphia to take on the 5-1 Eagles. Dolphins are also 5-1. Philly has a 2-point spread at home against the Dolphins as of today. Who do you got on Sunday Night Football?
Who do you got? I think it's a bit tough one. I got mine picked, I think, with how explosive they are. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles at home with that offensive line, very stout offensive line. They got the running game with DeAndre Swift, and then you just said they added
Julio
Jones along with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Yeah, and then you have Jalen Hurts, and you have that stellar defensive line, and Darius Slay and all that. I think, yeah, with all that, I think it's going to be too much for the Dolphins to handle, and I think the Eagles get the win on Sunday Night Football. And
there you go.
In a heavyweight battle.
Yeah, I also picked the Eagles. Just the way when I was thinking about it prior to us actually picking, just the way the Dolphins started out last week, being down 21-0 to the Carolina Panthers, worst team in football right now.
Yeah, vulnerability.
Is this something to worry about though? If you're getting behind in these big games, like you're playing one of the best teams in the NFL, if you get down 21, you may not be able to come back against a really good team in the Eagles. So.
Yeah, I think they were lucky they're playing the Panthers, but I mean the defense did shut them out after they scored 21. But yeah, it's tough to come down 21-0 from the 49ers or the Eagles or the Chiefs. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I have the Eagles in this one. It should be a shootout. Over under is 52.
Yeah, it's gonna be a shootout.
So it's gonna be a high scoring game, high scoring affair. But yeah, Sunday Night Football should be a doozy to watch this week. So I'm excited for that. And then moving on to Monday night, we have the 49ers in Minnesota at US Bank taking on the 2-4 Vikings. San Francisco has a 7-point spread. They're 5-1 headed into this game. Monday Night Football. We know how prime time Kirky is. So yeah, I have the 49ers in this one.
Ooh, that's the first. Is that the first time you picked against the Vikings this year?
Yeah, I think it is the first time I picked
too.
Against the Vikings. But for right now, I have the 49ers. I'll see what you have to say about it. But
yeah, I think it's too big of a obstacle to overcome. Playing obviously the 49ers, their defense is great, and Fred Warner and all those guys. And I know I mentioned they may have some injuries. Deebo Samuel might not play. Christian McCaffrey may not play. There is another player on that report. I'm not sure if it was Kittle or somebody else. I don't think it was Kittle. But yeah, I just think it's too big of an obstacle to overcome. I think it may be a better game than we all think. Just because I think the Vikings, after coming off a win,
Right. And the key thing to pay attention in this game is probably just going to be the injuries of the 49ers players. If Christian McCaffrey plays, if
Yeah.
Debo Samuel plays, and see how healthy they are
And you
heading
get the home
into.
field advantage.
Yeah, so they have a couple more days to get recouped for a Monday night game, but it's in Minnesota. But yeah, San Francisco has a 7 point spread, and that's as of today. So it might change depending on the injury report and everything. But yeah, it's the first time I think I'm going to pick against the Vikings. I think this is too much of a matchup, too tough of a matchup to
Yeah.
beat. So I think I have the 49ers
Yep.
winning in this one. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go 49ers. Yeah, like I said, just too big of an obstacle. I do think it's gonna be a better game than everyone thinks it's going to be. I think Kirk comes out and shows out. He's missing his best receiver, but I
yeah.
think he's gonna show out.
Yeah, and he didn't agree to the trade clause or whatever,
Yep.
so he's staying for the entire
So
year.
that's some loyalty too there. So
So he'll be a Viking for the rest of this year at least, and we'll see what he wants to do next year. Probably looking at retiring or something to
we'll
see
see.
what
Yeah.
happens and comes about that. But yeah, that's the Monday night game that wraps up the Week 7 preview. So yeah, again, heading into Week 7 is 57-36 for myself and 60 and
60 and
33
33.
for yourself. Um,
Yeah. So you could. I mean, we could be after this week could be pretty tight as
Yeah,
if
we switched. We had a couple flip flops on some games, so we'll see how the week pans
it's
out.
either
But
gonna
I'm
be
excited.
it's either gonna be really tight or I'll be up maybe 6 or 7 games by the end of this next week.
Who knows? Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, it should be a fun slate of games this next weekend. A few highlights: Chiefs and the Chargers, Dolphins and the Eagles, 49ers, Vikings, and then another few highlights. Probably, what do you think? Lions and Ravens, maybe Steelers and Rams.
Yeah, I think the Steelers and Rams is gonna be a decent game. I think
Yeah,
the Lions Ravens is gonna be a good game.
Packers, Broncos,
I don't
maybe
think that's gonna
close.
be a game. I think it's a I mean, I hope it's a game kind of get some energy back, get some momentum going,
Yeah.
beat them by 2 scores or something like that. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
So we'll see what happens this week. But yeah, that's it for week 7 recap or preview and our picks for that. So let's jump into, like, let's say NBA. The NBA starts on the 24th on Tuesday on TNT. So that should be a fun game. We'll see who's playing there. But preseason's been going on. Victor Wembanyama has been playing well. Chet Holmgren's been playing well, so that could be the matchup of the future. Those two,
Oh yeah,
seven
and Chet
four,
missed.
seven.
He played a few games and missed the rest of the season with an injury. Chet did, and
Right.
then this is obviously Wembanyama's first year. So
Yep, exactly. And so let's go to the NBA and see what the schedule looks like for Tuesday, the 24th. Opening night, you have the LA Lakers playing the Denver Nuggets in Denver. And then you have the Phoenix Suns taking on the Golden State Warriors. So, yeah, Suns rebuilt, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. And then the Warriors have the Splash Bros with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson,
Draymond Green.
Green, and then Chris Paul added into the mix on there. And then Lakers are the Lakers, and the Nuggets are the Nuggets. Still two dominant teams with LeBron and
D'Lo,
yep,
AD.
yep, exactly. Nuggets with Joker and Jamal Murray. So
Yeah, yeah.
should be a fun opening night for NBA. And like I said, some youngins are balling out in preseason.
Yeah, and let's see if
and looking good. So
I know it's not part of what you mentioned, but let's see if Zion Williamson can get on the fucking court.
yeah, with all the controversy in the off season with the baby mamas and the porn stars, see how he plays. Yeah, I'm excited for NBA to start.
I am
Not paying
too.
too much attention to preseason, just some highlights here and there.
Yeah, it was
but
fun. Yeah, good to see. What was his name? Oh, I've just lost it. Milwaukee Bucks. With Giannis and
Antetokounmpo, Dame Lillard.
Dame Lillard, they're playing together. And I think Dame stole it and tossed it up to Giannis. So that's gonna be fun to watch. A
Yeah.
lot of different scenery.
Yep.
It's really different for the NFL this coming year.
Mm-hmm.
In the off season, and now it's even shaking up in the NBA a little bit too. So yeah, I'm pumped. I'm probably not gonna watch until I'll still watch, but
Yeah.
I'll watch on those like Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Yeah, when they're on TNT and ESPN and everything. 100%.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm excited to watch. How about some college football?
Yeah, college
getting
football.
into recap of week 7.
Recap of week 7. Yeah, there was some pretty good games on last week. The Oregon Washington was probably my favorite that I tuned into. Hell of a game. Both quarterbacks balled out. Went down in the last couple minutes there, and Washington ended up winning 36-33. over Oregon. So that was probably my favorite game. Bo
Yeah.
Nix and Penix both had over 300 yards, multiple touchdowns. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was a
Pretty,
great game. 7 versus 8. Yeah, and that Penix is a good quarterback. He had 4 touchdowns. I think he threw 1 interception, but then he also had like 300 yards. And then yeah, Bo Nix is a beast too. So
yeah, Bo Nix had 340 for 2 touchdowns, and then that Penix, yeah, had 304 touchdowns and an interception. But yeah, hell of a game. All came down to a last-second field goal. Oregon had a chance to tie it, ended up missing it. So yeah, hell of a game that was. Tennessee, Texas A&M. Tennessee beat Texas A&M 20-13, and that was a fun game to watch as well. Tennessee, Joe Milton threw for only 100 yards, but then he added 34 yards on the ground. So not a whole lot of action actually from Tennessee. So, but they did come up with the victory. Oklahoma State beat Kansas 39-32 in the upset game there. And I was making bets. I told you last week to put money on Oklahoma State because Kansas quarterback was out. So yeah,
yeah.
if you put a bet on that, you got some money there. And then the USC Notre Dame game was that other big one.
Yeah.
Ranked game. Wasn't really much of a game. Yeah, Caleb Williams, how many interceptions?
Threw 3 picks.
Interceptions.
And that's gonna. I think that in big games like that, I'm not sure if it's gonna drop his draft grade, but 3 picks, you got to be able to take care of the ball. And he was throwing some sloppy passes when he was getting pressured. So we'll see. But yeah, I think the biggest game, obviously, we talked about the Oregon game. But how about Colorado and Stanford?
Yeah, that was a huge comeback from Stanford. Ended up winning, and
Yeah, they were up. I think they were up at one point 29-0 or 29 to something. I know they were up 21-0.
yeah,
And then Shadur playing great first half football. Yeah, I just don't know. He posted his merch at halftime.
yeah. I
Yeah,
didn't
but
know that he posted his merch at halftime.
Yep. So
That's kind of silly.
yeah, and then
but-
Travis Hunter, great. I think this is kind of a time like, yeah, it's pretty cool to play both sides of the ball. He was getting. I mean, they lost the game double OT. He got mossed.
Yeah.
The guy was just standing there. He needs, and he's not even looking for the ball. He's just trying to face guard him. To be honest, should have been pass interference.
But nah, that wide receiver balled out though last week.
Yep, I can't remember his name, but he had 296 receiving yards. I think that broke 3 touchdowns maybe, and he broke the Stanford receiving yard record. So
Yeah, 100%. I'll pull up his name right now. But yeah, I gotta shout out this dude because he balled out.
he did ball out.
Like crazy stats like I've never seen before.
Yeah, I think it was 296, 3 touchdowns. That was pretty damn impressive, to be honest. But yeah, it was pretty kind of not a great, week 7. Wasn't a lot of competitive games, like we mentioned, 3 or 4 games. Let's see who's playing week 8. I'll go through those while you're pulling that up.
Yeah.
Some big games. College game day is going to take place in Ohio versus Penn State. That's 7 versus 3. Going to be a great game. And there's going to be a lot of people there. AJ Hawk's going to be there, the mayor of Ohio.
Yeah, college game day. Yeah,
Yep.
it's gonna be fun in Ohio. So yeah, that should be a good game to watch.
Yep. So that's gonna be a great one. Yeah, and I'm excited. They're bringing the whole crew out to Ohio, just because obviously AJ Hawk, All-American alumni. So I think he's gonna be talking a lot more than he usually does. He's gonna get a lot of questions. You're gonna hear a lot of AJ Hawk chants. But yeah, that's gonna be one of the best games, I think, especially it is college game day, and that game is at 11 a.m. So you'll be able to watch that one. And then this is a pretty big game, I think, because Alabama's not playing it as great as I thought they would this year. 17 Tennessee, number 17 versus number 11 Alabama. In Alabama, that's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, that should be. I think Alabama's gonna butt whoop
You think so?
Tennessee. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then
But Alabama's been stepping up their game. Their quarterback's been playing really well. Not Milton. That's Tennessee's.
yeah,
Big
Alabama,
dude, number 4.
yeah, I know
So
what you're talking
he's a
about. I can't
runner.
remember his name.
Starts with an M, but yeah.
And just going through some other games.
That I'll just go over that Stanford wide receiver here, Alec Aomaner or something like that. Elick.
Yeah, what was it? What was his stats?
13 receptions, 294 yards,
94.
and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
He had a 97-yard touchdown. Yeah, so just
and then the game-winning touchdown.
yeah, nuts stats from him.
But yeah, I'll just go through these games here quick. Just maybe the best ones. Well, obviously USC. This is gonna be a tough game for them. I think they play Utah.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a really good game. That's 18 USC versus 14 Utah. Duke, Florida State, 16 versus 4. I think Florida State. It should be a pretty good game, to be honest.
Yep.
It depends if that Riley kid. I think he plays for Duke. What was his name? Riley Leonard. Is that his name? The Duke quarterback.
Let me pull it up here.
I think it is Riley Leonard. He was out last week, so that was huge. Hopefully he's able to make it back.
Riley Leonard. Yep.
And then other games, I mean, not great. I mean, I named pretty much the best ones, I think.
Yeah, that Duke FSU game should be good though.
Yep, and then Iowa, another rivalry. Iowa plays Minnesota. I'm in Iowa City. So actually, Mom and Craig are going to that game. Should be a pretty good game.
Yeah, and then unranked games that should be pretty good. TCU versus Kansas State, both sitting at 4-3, 4-2. But that TCU Kansas State should be a good game as well. Michigan State, that's just the fun rivalry.
Yeah.
Michigan should put a butt whooping on them. But Clemson and Miami, that's an ACC rivalry. That should be a good game in the ACC section. And then UCLA and Stanford with that upset could come into
if that receiver keeps playing the way he is,
and the quarterback
too.
Same, exactly. And then TCU BYU should be a good one as well. So a couple good games to pay attention to. College football has been delivering last couple of weeks with some fun games.
Yeah, to watch, and honestly, just like because I know that there's a bunch of hype prior to the season around even his first 3 wins, went 3-0 with Coach Prime in Colorado Buffalo.
Yeah,
they play UCLA, I believe, and they're ranked 25th, so they're a pretty good team. This is not looking good for. I mean, obviously they play UCLA this weekend.
No, Stanford plays UCLA.
Nope, Colorado plays October 20. Oh shit, yeah, so Colorado must have a bye.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so they have a week off, but then their upcoming games. Yeah, we'll probably get into that next week, but UCLA, Oregon State,
right,
Arizona, Washington State, they should get that win probably against Arizona too. And then they play Utah to end their season. So
yeah, we went over. They have a pretty tough schedule, some pretty high-ranking teams, to finish out their season. But yeah, should be a fun college week, college football game day in Ohio State and Penn State. That should be a hell of a game there. But yeah, anything else on college football that you want to add?
Nope. I'm excited for another week of football. Saturday, Sunday. There's a game tonight.
Yeah, there's games. Yeah, starting. It's every day all week. So.
Mm-hmm. But that's all for college football. We covered NBA, obviously NFL. We covered. Go Pack Go. But then let's get into fighting. There was a big fight this past, not big fight, kind of just YouTubers and Logan Paul, whatever. But that's the worst $75 I spent in my life. Dylan Dennis threw 9 punches the entire fight against Logan Paul. Logan Paul wins that one. And then
I heard the KSI fight was pretty decent.
Nope, I didn't think so at all. I mean, it was a better fight than the first fight, but Tommy Fury, KSI, they kind of wrapped up. They were clinching a lot. It wasn't very active. I think he only threw 20, 30 punches, to be honest. Fury was hitting him in the back of the head. He got a point deducted actually for that. And KSI, I think, came out. I think he should have won the fight. Tommy ended up winning by decision. But yeah, I think KSI should have won that fight. Yeah, but again, worst $75 I've ever spent. It was over quick. I mean, it was fun to see. Even actually during the first fight, the Logan Paul and Dylan Dennis, they actually got in a fight. They had to stop it because Dylan Dennis tried to put him in a guillotine or a chokehold.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was interesting. And then other news for that type of fighting. Jake Paul is announcing he's going to fight December 15th. He hasn't released that opponent yet, so that'll be exciting to see.
You said December 15th?
Yep.
That should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, so hopefully it's a big fight. But then UFC, one of the biggest cards yet to come is this weekend. Let's see here. So Khamzat Chimaev fights Kamaru Usman. So that should be a great fight. Kamaru's a tank, and Khamzat's just a wild son of a gun. So and then Alex Volkanovski fights what's his name? Islam Makhachev.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, that should be a fun weekend of fights too. The the Islam Machkovek or whatever, and Alexander
Makhachev.
Volkanovski should be is a title fight at lightweight, and then that Kamaru Usman and the Kazmat Shavami or whatever. That's
Hamzat
yeah,
Shemaev.
yeah. That's a middleweight type
Yeah, yeah,
fight. So
yeah.
it should,
So actually, Volkanovski. Speaking of that Volkanovski fight, he was 181 or 191 prior because he actually got called in. And he has to lose 23 or 26 pounds in 13 or 12 days, or when he got called. Yeah,
yeah. So if you're betting on that, that could play a factor into
yeah.
it. So
But yeah, it should be a fun weekend. You got some games throughout the week of college football, and then you got NFL, big slate, a lot of big games, and then also you got some pay-per-view UFC fights. So that Hamza, yeah, he's an animal. So it's gonna be fun to watch him.
yeah, 100%. And then yeah, MLB playoffs are still going on right now and everything like that. So
Yeah, I've been paying a little bit more attention because we're getting closer to that, that big series. So, yeah, Bryce Harper balling out. He had a home run on his 31st birthday. Yeah, Phillies are looking hot.
yep, Phillies. And they had a walk-off grand slam the other night to win that game. So yeah, fun kind of baseball going on in the playoffs. Then we have the Diamondbacks and the Phillies play tonight. Astros and Rangers play on Wednesday.
Phillies play tonight?
Yeah, Phillies play tonight on Tuesday. They play the Diamondbacks in Philadelphia.
Okay.
So it's game 2. Philly leads the series 1-0. They won on Sunday.
No, I'm sure I'll be tuning into that.
Yeah, they won on Monday. So
All right.
yeah, should be a fun game. Fun baseball as well. So we'll see what happens on that as far as that goes. But not too much into baseball really. I just like kind of watching.
Yeah,
when it gets
and then
playoffs and
there's a
everything.
big debate going on as they play 160 something games. And that's so boring. Like the teams that were winning, like that had the best records, they're already out of the playoffs. So they need to cut that season down to maybe NBA like 80 games, 82
Yeah,
games.
cut it in half or
Cut it in
something.
half, and then make the postseason longer because obviously the most exciting baseball, which is I think for majority of baseball, even College
It's
World
the
Series,
Yeah,
College World Series, MLB, their playoffs. So
yeah, getting in a playoff series, go like 5
who do you
games
have? Who do
instead
you
of
have winning
3.
what am I trying to say? Winning it all in the MLB
I don't know. I think either
World
yeah.
Series.
I would say I think Houston has a good chance of winning it again. But Phillies, like you said, Phillies are looking hot too. So yeah, I don't know. Twins have been
Yeah,
out.
I'm a
Twins
big
look
fan
like,
of Philly. I like Bryce Harper.
yeah,
And then also Kyle Schwarber. He on Monday night, or do they play on Sunday night?
Monday.
They played on Monday.
Yeah, I think he had the walk-off grand slam on
Well, he had a
Monday.
home run. No, he had a home run the first pitch thrown of that game. He had a home run. I'm not sure. He might have had a second one. I don't think he did. But yeah, I'm going Phillies. I think they're going to take it home.
Yeah, Phillies is a good pick. But yeah, not like I said,
And it
not
would be
too
cool,
much
kind of
into
cool to see the
baseball.
Diamondbacks win it.
Yeah, it would
They
be.
haven't been really relevant. It'd be pretty crazy to see them win it. But yeah, big
Yeah.
week, big week last week, and then obviously another one coming up. So
Hell yeah. But yeah, that's all I got. You got anything else?
nope. Let's go
All right.
Pack, go baby.
Hell yeah, Skull Vikes, and yeah, we got new additions to the podcast room, which is fucking dope. Shout out to my brother for picking me up for my birthday, and then he's like, "Well, this is too dope not to get one," so we got one as well. So yeah, shout out. They look fucking awesome in here. But yeah, that's all I got for episode number 36. We'll see you guys next week on TEW Confrontational. Until then, peace.